saw a Match.com ad yesterday, and they have a whole new positioning on their marketing.
Oh, they do?
And I like it. And I'll explain what it is, right? Totally off topic here, but we're going to explain what... since when is a commercial break ever followed the topic? Just a random string of thoughts from Bryan and Krissy. What their whole messaging now is, I'm dating an adult. So I saw this 2-minute Match.com ad on YouTube. First time I've ever seen it. I've seen a lot of Match.com ads, but first time I've ever seen it. You know, I pay attention to these kind of things because it could be material for the show.
Yes.
And so it's a 2-minute ad if you let it run all the way through. And it's a number of what I would say mid-20s, early 30s people, men and women, saying dating an adult to me is not getting ghosted. Dating an adult to me is sitting down for a whole dinner. It's like this whole... Remember how we talked about this? How these kids in their 20s and even some of my friends that are in their 40s are getting ghosted on site. They're doing dine and dashes. They're, in other words, they're going, they're eating a meal, standing up to go to the bathroom and then never coming back, never talking to them. Some of my friends have been given phone numbers that no longer work after dates. They're like burner phones. They're burner phones, basically. Burner phones. You can buy a burner number for 99 cents online. Like, you don't even have to go to the store and buy any hardware. You just attach it to the phone. So, I mean, we do the same thing for funny phone calls here in the studio. I just buy a burner number, right? So their whole messaging now is, I want to date an adult. I want to date someone who's going to call me back.
eHarmony's position?
I think eHarmony's position is, if you're in your 70s and you don't know how to work the computer, eHarmony has you covered. If you're in your 70s and you don't own a phone that gets online, we have you covered.
You got a
go
jitterbug?
to your dial-up. eHarmony and DSL, a match made in heaven.
That's right, AOL.com.
AOL.com, Earthlink.
Yes.
Which is an Atlanta company. I love Earthlink, by the way, but they still have DSL. That's still a thing. A lot of people have DSL. So I just thought this very interesting positioning from Match to be the anti-Tinder, the anti-Plenty of Fish, the anti-Grindr, the anti-whatever. And I think it's smart for Match.com to do this because I bet there are... Differentiating, yeah. I bet there are a lot of people out there who are young and single, who are really not happy with the manner in which people get treated on those apps. Yeah, it's got to be a shitty thing. So in the research about this new kind of positioning by Match.com, I found, that they have this whole new marketing campaign, like I'm dating an adult, right? Or I want to date an adult. And I found an interesting story. And the interesting story is this. A girl went on Tinder in New York, a girl in Manhattan, went on Tinder and she matched with over 150 separate guys and gave them all the same line. She matched with them back in early October, around the same period of time, 2-week, 3-week period of time. She gave them all the same message. I'm studying for my finals, my exams, and I'm really busy right now, but I would love to hook up with you. You seem really nice. You're really attractive. I'd love to hook up with you. Can we do that at a later date? And I'll give me your phone number and I'll text you. That happens about 2 weeks ago. She pops up out of nowhere. She contacts all of these gentlemen. They don't know this, though. They have no idea that there's other gentlemen involved.
Experiment.
Yeah, they all think that it's one. It's kind of genius. She put all of these guys on the path to be at the same place at the same time to see a DJ set in the park, in one of the Manhattan parks, like one of the busy like little street parks that they have. They were going to do a day meet, like a day date, where this DJ was spinning and there would be cocktails. So all of these guys, dozens and dozens of them, show up all mulling around this DJ set. And they may all start to kind of catch on to what's going on.
The DJ's like, yeah, look at all these people that came out from my set.
Wow, when did my set get so cocky? There's a lot of dudes in the audience in muscle shirts. There's a lot of Chads in the office. So at some point, she steps up on stage, surrounded by bodyguards, and gets on the microphone and says, hey, everybody, thanks for coming to our Tinder date. I just wanted to get you all in one place so I can tell you what my criteria are for dating someone. And I'm only going to date you if you meet the following criteria.
Okay.
You've got to be over 6'1". You can't be an immigrant or here visiting on travel. You can't be, divorced. You can't have children. You can't be, blue-eyed. You can't be whatever. She goes through the whole thing, like her whole list of everything. And she has these bodyguards out in the crowd, like, telling people to leave when they're like, they raise their hand. They're like, you got to go.
Just blue eyes.
It's like the Bachelorette in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She had some really weird demands, actually. If immigrants, we'll fucking care. I mean, okay, whatever. I don't want to get into it. But what she did was essentially pull off the Bachelorette in 15 fucking minutes, right? And I thought it was quite genius, actually, what she did. And she kind of gamed the system to make it make sense. Now, there is some talk that this is actually a stunt pulled off by a viral video marketing company. No one knows yet, but I'm sure we'll see the video out there at some point, right? Some documentary on it. But that is the kind of shit that you have to put up with when you're trying to date an adult in 2021. And
it's crazy.
And if there isn't some, I guess, normalcy or some kind of new normal put to dating on these dating apps, like collective consciousness gets together and decides we can't treat each other like this. Like if I want to be treated like this, I have to treat people like that. Or start getting really more fucking picky with who you decide to go out with. You don't have to fucking bone every girl that you match with, nor do you have to show up to every date to get a free cup of coffee and a compliment about your pretty hair. Like you can just really dig in and find out if you like somebody. And you could do that online. I did it with Astrid, right? Yeah. But if you don't do that, then I think people are just bound to...
We might just be too far gone past that. We're in such an instant world.
I'd like to think otherwise. I'm a consummate optimist. I'm a pragmatic. I'm a passionate pragmatist. I'm an obstinate optimist. I'm a celibate celebrator.
Son.
Yes. I'm so many different alliterations you don't even know. I'm good at alliteration. Unfortunately,
and that's great,
I don't know what they mean.
But you're also not in the dating world. So
yeah, that's true. Not yet. Astrid's hanging on by a thumbnail. Any more time dedicated to this podcast? I'm not particularly sure.